So we've finally woken up from the nightmare that was Atletico Madrid. Stop that. And that table makes much better reading now, doesn't it? Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here with another episode of Andorra, the double challenge in which I take over the club, FC Andorra, and the nation of Andorra and try to take them both down the road to glory. So I've brought you back in here. We're close to the end of the season, 5 games to go, and we are sitting pretty. We're in 14th place, all 10 points clear of the relegation zone. Today we're playing Albacete, just 1 place and 2 points above us, in a crucial match, a match that could secure our survival. The media have been saying since the start of the season that 45 points, that's the magic number to stay safe in this division, so a win would take us beyond that. Also, it's possible to mathematically secure safety today, because if we win and Cadiz lose in this round of matches, then we would be 13 points ahead of them with only 12 points left on the board. So in the last episode you would have seen those relegation clashes with Numancia and Extremadura where we picked up 4 points, and this is how it's gone since then. When we played another one of those bottom 4 teams, Vigo B, a bit of a disappointing 1-1 draw there. We probably should have won that game. It was Vallejo came up for a corner, gave us the lead. They equalised soon after, and even though I think we were the better team overall, we edged it. We had to settle for just a point. We then travelled to Lugo, who are up in the top half of the table. They scored 2 early goals. We did pull one back in the second half, and they had a man sent off, and as you can see, the second half, it was all about us. We dominated in terms of chances created, but on the day, we just could not get the win. Juma, who's turned into a key player for us with the goal on that day. Then rock-bottom Cordoba, and what I felt was a disappointing 0-0. It was pretty even though. Cordoba played a good game, and you'll see they actually edged it, if anything, in terms of the shots created and chances created. The board, though, said afterwards, and the fans said afterwards, that they were happy that, I guess Cordoba have a higher reputation than us, because they were happy for us to have earned a point against such tough opposition. And then the glorious month that was April, where we went on a bit of a win streak. 4 wins on the bounce. I don't think we've done that since some time last season. Huesca, we beat them 2-0, and look at this, the goals came late, but we deserved it. We fully deserved it going on the stats. We scored on 81 minutes, and then Millar scored deep into stoppage time. Fantastic results. Tarragona, likewise, was a 2-0 victory, and this time we really dominated. Tarragona, although they're in the top half of the table, they've been in terrible form. They're like bottom of the form table at the moment, or they were at this time anyway. We scored very early, thanks to Benedetti, and then Vukotic finally getting a goal. Wasn't a penalty, of course, but getting a goal late on. And perhaps one of the biggest shocks of the season so far, we travelled to Mallorca, one of the top teams, one of the teams pushing for that automatic promotion spot, and we beat them 2-1. Benedetti scored in the first half. They equalised late on, and then Benedetti again, giving some late heartbreak to Mallorca and a big boost to us. And then we've finally broken the jinx. Barcelona B. This time we gave them one hell of a beating. Juma with a brace. Cortina, it was the midfield who won that game for us. 3-0. Very satisfied with that win. And our most recent match, well, it was a defeat, but it was one hell of a game. We travelled to Malaga, and we took the lead early on. Then, they equalised. We took the lead again. They equalised. We took the lead again. They equalised. But then they managed to grab a late winner. We then had Galvez sent off in stoppage time, which effectively killed the game for us. That was one hell of a match. It could have gone anyway on another day. All of which brings us up to this point. So, as I said at the top of the episode, Albacete, 1 place and 2 points above us. We're playing at home. We're one of the form sides in the league. If we can win this today, then, we're basically safe. And this is the team, this is the formation. Well, this is a slightly adapted version of the formation that we were using against Atletico Madrid. But, this has been doing the trick for us. So Banu's in goal. Hernandez I'm bringing in at left back just because I still find Jimenez a bit too inconsistent. Delmas at right back. Bernouer comes in because, of course, Galvez is suspended after his red card in the last game with Vallejo. Vukotic, absolutely fantastic player. I've got to look into if it's possible to sign him for next season. Juma, who's been brilliant, he excels in this box-to-box role. It's a real shame it took him so long to settle in. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have had to leave it this late to survive. And Munoz, but I've put him, when I bring him into the team, I'll let him play as a Mazzala because that's his preferred role. And then with the wings, Perez has won his place back from Millar. Millar's a bit inconsistent. And Russell, I'm giving him the chance out on the right wing, although he wants to play as a centre forward, but I'm doing the old Roundup, or however you pronounce it, role for him, just to try it out. Benedetta is a pressing forward. Right, I said Albacete beat us earlier in the season, of course, so I said, go out there and get your revenge. That's really G'd everybody up. And we're off. The other new signing, Guedes, he's been injured, so he's just come back to fitness. This is the first time I've picked him since he picked up that injury. As we get the first highlight of the game, and it looks like it's going to be Albacete on the attack. Dani Gomez is through, one-on-one with the keeper. Bernouer saves it. Yeah, Guedes, we had a bit of trouble with him. When I signed him, he said, I want you to improve the midfield, which I agreed to. When I signed Russell at the same time, he said, I want you to improve the midfield as well. Then by signing Guedes, Russell said he was happy that I'd improved the midfield. And then when the transfer window shut, Guedes went crazy saying, you have not improved the midfield. Okay, so he obviously doesn't think much of himself, but then he sulked for a while. But now our form's been so good that he now no longer thinks the first team needs improving. All right, we've got to the end of the first half. We're into the final couple of minutes, and it's Albacete with the ball again. We've dominated in terms of shots, but the only highlights we've had have been Albacete. So hopefully they're not going to take a lead going into the break. Oof, they take a shot. It goes harmlessly wide, though. And that's it. Not the most exciting half for highlights. So I'm saying I'm far from pleased with what I just saw, because what I just saw were two Albacete attacks, and that was it. Get back out there. Let's see if we can sneak a win here. Alright, it's Albacete with the ball deep in their own half this time, so plenty of chance for them to mess things up. It looked like they almost messed things up there. The goalkeeper. Alright. Well, they let that one go. Russell's picked up an injury, potential knee injury. That does not sound good. I'm going to put on Millar. Right, clicked on demand more. We're getting into the final stages of the game, and we're just not getting any highlights. It's been a pretty boring game to watch. Final two substitutions then, as Guedes and Cortina come on. It looks like we're going to have another 0-0. Alright, not the most exciting match, as I said. But still, it's a step, another stride towards safety. Oh, no, Albacete. Oh, my God, they've scored right at the death. And it's Hernandez with an own goal. He tried to clear it off the line, but he couldn't make it. Deary me, what a disappointing game this has been for us. I think it's a bit harsh to count that as an own goal. Anyway, that's it. There's no time to make any changes. Going by the stats, we were the better team. We had more possession, more chances. But what we saw, what was presented to us was a couple of Albacete attacks. Albacete nearly scoring an own goal, and then Albacete scoring at the end. So with Lee Russell pulled knee ligaments 2 weeks out, that's pretty much going to be the rest of the season out for him. So I guess what we'll do now is we'll play through the next few games. It's a bit of a damp squib to end the season on. I'm pretty sure we're safe, so we'll probably just come back for that Elche game right at the end of the season. Okay, so we got 9 points on Cadiz now with 4 games to go. So if somehow we do get dragged back into that relegation battle, the last game is going to be a crucial one, isn't it? We've also got matches coming up for the Nations League. That's been drawn. You can see here European League, Division D, Group 2. We're in a group with San Marino and Estonia, so those matches are going to dominate. Actually, that San Marino game, that's going to come right before the last game of the season, so that could be an interesting double-header in the next episode. San Marino, and then the final league game of the season. You'll also notice I've scheduled a friendly with the Cayman Islands, of course. Cayman Islands of New Gen Nation fame. Make sure you check the experiment out. But that's it for today, folks. So, bit of a disappointing match, as I've said a few times already, but we'll be back. I'm sure we'll be safe for this season. We'll be back for one more match in the next episode, and I hope you'll join me for that. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button if you've enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you thought about the match today and the season in general. But for now, I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I'll see you again soon.